Okay, the black speckles are done. It's time to get that yarn out of the pans into something else so that I can mix up my gray dye stock and get the other ends dipped and finish this sucker off. I'm really excited to see it all come together. So let's go ahead and pull those out of the pan, set them off to the side, and prepare that beautiful, creamy, charcoal gray dye stock. So I was pulling the yarn out to put it into this bin over here, and I was noticing there was still a little bit of a warm tinge. It's very little, it's virtually nothing, but it's there. And what I thought would be kind of cool was that it would tone that charcoal gray. It would just provide it with a really beautiful warm undertone, because as you can see in the photo here, the gray kind of has a warm undertone to it. It's not a blue gray at all. It's definitely got a warm undertone there. So that little bit of warmth in the water here, color-wise, will really help to do that to our gray when we dip our yarns. That's what I want. I'm gonna exhaust the rest of that warmth into that charcoal gray when we add it for the next part. So we are back, and I apologize for the weird angle, but this is the next day. I had to let these skeins exhaust for a little bit longer, and so I lost light and didn't want to film anymore last night. So we're back, and these are fully exhausted. So I'm gonna pull these out of the pans and set them off to the side while I think about what I'm gonna do next, and I have a couple of ideas. Okay, we have a gorgeous colorway happening right here. Absolutely stunning. There's super bright light coming into the garage right now, so it's just super bright. But just look at this gorgeous gradient of color. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited about this, you guys. It's beautiful. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking I want to consider doing. I love the color the way it is right now. I'm loving this rich, beautiful gray that you're seeing here. And let me grab the photo that we're working on to kind of give you an idea of what we got going. So here is the photo. Oh, I hear my son right inside that door. here's the photo, and here's what we have so far with that beautiful maroon color down here, moving down towards that like pumpkin color, that light bright goldenrod color, that white space that we want, and then that really beautiful gray, which, oh gosh, it couldn't be more beautiful. Couldn't be more perfect, because I mean, really, look at that. You guys, it's spot on. It's gorgeous. Okay, so what I'm thinking, some ideas that I have going through my mind. I feel like this space, though it's absolutely beautiful the way it is, needs some additional dimension in the form of contrast, and like sharp contrast, or if you're thinking in terms of like photos, like a sharpening effect almost. And a way that I like to do that is with speckling, because it provides you with that sharp contrast of color. So I'm thinking in this area here, it'd be cool to have some kind of really beautiful warm toned speckle, maybe a little bit of black, we don't know, we shall see, but that's kind of what I'm thinking here. I do notice in the photo that there are spots of black happening in here, and I think that that's a cool opportunity to maybe play with some black. I already did that down here. I added some black kind of down in this section down here, and I think it looks really cool, but I want to try to incorporate some in this area here, not necessarily black, but some kind of a speckle to add a little bit of dimension to that section of the colorway. But oh, you guys, it is absolutely stunning. Okay, let's move on. Pro tip, if you are going to invest in a respirator, if you're going to invest in a respirator mask for dyeing yarn, which you definitely should, get one that does that, because it's so much easier than having to take the whole mask off of your face if you want to breathe fresh air, or you're in between, you know, adding dye. Invest in a good mask, not one of those paper deals, not, you know, one of those invisible masks that you don't actually wear. Invest in a good quality mask, because they'll really take care of you, and then you can just change out the filters. You only really have to pay for the expensive mask once, but definitely get one that has one of these latches so that you can easily drop the mask down, breathe fresh air, have a conversation with somebody, eat something, you know, away from your dyeing, so on and so forth. Okay, another pro tip, you see this thing here? This is a cord protector or a cord dome. If you are running your burners off of an electric extension cord, which most of us probably do, or we're plugging it right into the wall, should we be so lucky to have outlets right there, be sure to have your cord connections underneath something like this to protect them from being hit by water. I leave mine pretty close to my burners because of the length of the cords on my burners, and so I definitely have to have something protecting those connections. So don't electrocute yourself. Please cover up your cord connections. It's just common sense. Okay, we need to think about speckles. I'm talking about wanting to put speckles in that beautiful warm space on this colorway. I'm not exactly sure what colors I want to do yet, but I know I want to do something warm. Something maybe in the mocha color, maybe something even a mahogany, something warm, earthy, browns, bronze. Those colors I'm thinking would look beautiful speckled on that middle section of the yarn where we have that beautiful pumpkin and goldenrod colors. Nothing cool, no grays, no, I'm still toying around with black, but I'm not thinking that I'm gonna be using it. Obviously no blues, nothing cool, definitely no greens, just warm tones. So I'm gonna go ahead and check my dye selection back there and see what we have. I'm gonna pull about 3 colors that we can use for speckles.